गणानां त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनाम् उपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत नः शृण्वन् नोतिभिः श्रीरसादनम्। ॐ महागणपतये नमः। ॐ प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतु। ॐ वाग्देव्यै नमः। ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। सरस्वति नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुर्गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। We'll read the Purva Shanti. Om Shivanamani bhaditentarangye महति ज्योतिषि मानिनि मयार्धे दुरितान्यपयान्ति दूरदूरे मुहुरायान्ति महान्ति मङ्गलानि स्मृते सकलकल्याण भाजनं यत्र जायते पुरुषस्तमजं नित्यं व्रजामि शरणं हरिम्। ॐ सन्नो मित्रस्तं वरुणः सन्नो भगवद्वर्यमा सन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः सन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। यश्छन्दसा वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया शृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो दव्यासम् शरीरं मे विदर्शनम् जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरि विश्रुवम् ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। अहं वृक्षस्य रेरिवा कीर्तिपृष्ठं गिरेरिव ऊर्ध्वपवित्रो वाजिनीव समृतमस्मि द्रविणं सवर्चसं सुमेधा अमृतोक्षितः इति त्रिशङ्कोर्वेदानुवचनम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वा प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते य उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः वाङ् मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्मयेधि वेदस्य महानीस्थः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः भद्रं नो अपि वाचयमनः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयामदेवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्पृष्ट्वागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तगुह्यदेवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाश मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यं निजान्तर्गतम् पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिर्वोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यः साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयम् तस्मै श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राक्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्र्यचित्रीकृतम् मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगीव यस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये यस्यैव स्फुरणं सदात्मकमसत्कल्पार्थगं भासते साक्षात् तत्त्वमसीति वेदवचसा यो बोधयत्याश्रितान् यत्साक्षात्करणात् भवेन्न पुनरावृत्तिर्भवाम्भो निधौ तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नानाच्छिद्रघटोदरस्थितमः दीपप्रभाभास्वरम् ज्ञानं यस्य तु चक्षुरादिकरणद्वारा बहिस्पन्दते जानामीति तमेव भान्तमनुभात्येतत् समस्तं जगत् तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये देहं प्राणमतीन्द्रियाण्यपि चलां बुद्धिं च शून्यं विदुः स्त्रीबालान्धजडोपमास्त्वरविभ्रान्तादृशं वादिनः मायाशक्तिविलासकल्पितमहाव्यामोहसंहारिणे तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या संप्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगतो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं सुखं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य नपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यानस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। शङ्कराश्लेषविलसत् आनन्दामृतनिर्भराम् विश्वोत्तंसितपादाब्जान् ब्रह्मवेद्यां विभावये। नमः श्रुतिशिरः पद्मचण्डमार्तण्डमूर्तये बादरायणसंज्ञाय मुनये समवेश्मने। वेदान्तनिकुरुम्बेन तात्पर्येण प्रकाशितः स्वात्मानन्दैकरस्येन कल्याणाय शिवोऽस्तु नः। हरिर्भवो ब्रह्म। नमः परब्रह्मणे सच्चिदानन्दमूर्तये। ॐ नमः ब्रह्मणे आदिकर्त्रे। ॐ बादरायणसंज्ञाय श्रीवेदव्यास सद्गुरवे नमो नमः। ॐ नमः श्री भगवत्पादाय श्री आदिशंकराय सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम नमः श्री दयानंद मूर्तये सद्गुरवे नमो नमः। ओम नमः श्री अद्वैत संप्रदाय गुरुभ्यो नमो नमः। Namaskar to the entire Advaita Sampradaya, to the Gurus, it's only by the Anugraha, Anupama Anugraha of these Acharyas, Gurus, that we have this grace called the Shastra. The Shastra which helps the human being discover oneself in one's own true nature, Swarupa, and live in one's own true nature. If the grace of the Shastra were not there, then the Jiva has no way of discovering freedom from smallness, from samsara. Unto the Anupama Karuna, the Anugraha of the Gurus, we are eternally indebted to them and to their wisdom, their teaching. We are indeed very blessed to partake of this vision presented in the Shastras. Some Punya Vishesha alone makes us available to listen, to think, to understand, to own, and to live the vision of the Shastra. This Punya must have been really great. His grace alone makes things happen. Anugraha alone makes things happen. We appreciate Ishvara Anugraha, the Shastra Anugraha, the Guru Anugraha, and we are eternally indebted, thankful to them. We are additionally blessed to be sitting on the bank of Mother Ganga, whose pravaha is compared to the Vidya pravaha, the flow of Vidya. This flow is Anadi Kalataha Pravrittaha. The root, the cause of this trace to Ishvara only, which we express in this shloka, Sadashiva Samarambham Narayanam Padma Bhuvam iti. Veda itself says, the Vedas manifested from Ishvara. Asya Mahato Bhutasya Nishvasitam Etat Yadetat Nirgvedaha Yajurvedaha Samavedaha Atharvana Vedaha. So Ishvara is the Guru, and from Ishvara alone the Sampradaya proceeds. Ishvara is Anadi, Jnanam is Anadi, and this Sampradaya also is Anadi. Like the Ganga Pravaha, the human history does not know when the Ganga Pravaha began. So too this Vidya Pravaha in the form of Guru Shishya Sampradaya has been blessing humanity. Like even the Ganga Pravaha is very useful even now. So to this Vidya continues to bless even now and for eternity to come, forever, all the times to come. We are very blessed to be sitting on the Ganga bank and doing this vichara. It is said that the Ganga Tira is Jnana Bhumi, it is said. Ganga is for Jnana. Yamuna is for Bhakti. Narmada is for Tapas. This is how our Mahatmas say. And we are additionally blessed to be in the ashram of Sri Swamiji. All that we know, that the understanding is from him only. We owe any understanding, whatever that we have, we owe our understanding to Swamiji. Swamiji was an embodiment of Saraswati Devi Sakshat, an incomparable Acharya that Swami was, who was always willing and cheerful to teach, share the wisdom with all of us. In fact, Swamiji would have been teaching us this now if Ishvara's will were that way. Swamiji used to asked our Acharya-ji, who is going to take Brahmasutra class? I will take. Swamiji had said. But Ishvara's will works a little differently. So we invoke the grace of Swamiji so that we share, we partake of the wisdom that he taught, he taught. It is very sacred occasion, time. We remember and we do our namaskara to Pujya Swamiji. We will be studying Brahmasutra. Brahmasutra contains 555 sutras, if my memory is right. For want of time, we will be studying the first 4 sutras, which are famously known as Catussutri. Catussutri we will be studying. Brahmasutra is part of the Prasthana Traya, is among the Prasthana Traya. We have the Shruti Prasthana, that is Upanishads, then Smriti Prasthana, that is Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and the Nyaya Prasthana, that is Brahmasutras. In the Indian philosophical lore, we have this richness of the blessing of various acharyas, their teachings, and the sampradayas. The teachings of the acharyas are contained in their works, books, authored by them or known in the name of these acharyas. Arabhyate jiva jagat paratma tatvabhidhanena matam samastam. This is mentioned by Sri Ramana Maharishi in the Saddarshana. Matam samastam. All ideas, all visions begin by discussing these 3 principles. Matam samastam arabhyate. What are these three principles? Jiva, Jagat, Paratma. These three principles. Jiva, the individual, the human being in particular. Paratma, Ishvara and Jagat. Tesham Tattva Abhidhanena. By discussing and by ascertaining the true nature of Jiva, Jagat and Paratma. In order to ascertain that, Matam Samastam Arabhyate. We have a variety of matas, the philosophical considerations and various philosophical systems, ascertainments, systems we have. It is popularly known that there are 12 darshanas, Dvadasha Darshanani. Of these, 6 are Vaidika, that is Astika Darshanani. The other 6 are called Nastika Darshanani. Astikas are those who accept Veda as a Pramana. Vedaha Asti Pramanam. Those who have Shraddha, those who accept Veda as a Pramana, they are Astikas. Nastikas are those who depend upon Laukika Pramanas and in particular Yukti. Of course, the Charvaka depends only on Pratyaksha, but Charvaka also uses a lot of Yukti. His own Yuktis Charvaka employs. The other Nastika Darshanas do not accept Veda as a Pramana. We have to understand, at least in brief, what they say. In the process of elaboration, discussion of the Brahma Sutras, and in the process of understanding the Shastra, we do come across the various considerations. We see if they are right, we see them as right. If they are not right, we see them as not right. The 6 Astika Darshanas, Sankhya and Yoga, Nyaya and Vaisheshika, then Purva Mimamsa and Uttara Mimamsa. 6 darshanas we have. In all these, almost all these darshanas, the 4 darshanas, Sankhya, Yoga, Vaisheshika and Nyaya, these 4 darshanas are identified with the propounders or the chief proponents. Sankhya is identified with Kapila Muni. We do not know exactly whether Kapila Muni was the first Acharya who initiated Sankhya Darshana. We are not very sure. But we don't know of anybody in particular before Kapila Muni who propounded Sankhya Darshana. Similarly, Yoga Darshana, we have Patanjali Maharishi. Vaisheshika Darshana, we have Kanada Maharishi. And Nyaya Darshana, we have Gautama Maharishi. Perhaps they all had written Sutra Granthas. It's strongly believed that all the darshanas had sutras. Even the Nastika Darshana, Bauddha Darshana has sutras. Tripitaka, etc. Sutras are there. The Astika Darshanas, in the Astika Darshana there were this sutra literature. Some of them are not available in their original form. For instance, the Kapila Darshana, that is Sankhya Darshana, is believed to have a sutra, grantha. In all likelihood it was lost. Later Acharyas did a reconstruction from the granthas available, from the Sankhya Darshana granthas available. There are reconstructions. Those we have. But scholars are of the opinion that those are reconstructions, they are not the original Sutra Granthas. For some reason they are lost, but we have other Granthas, we have. The Yoga Darshana has this Patanjala Yoga Sutras, which is in all likelihood it is the original composition of Patanjali Maharishi. Gautama Sutras on the Nyaya Darshana we don't have, original we don't have, but construction is there. We have in the Purva Mimamsa and the Uttara Mimamsa Darshana, these one sutras, the Sutra Grantha is available in full. The Sampradaya of Shishya, Guru and Shishya has managed to keep it intact. Thanks to learning alone, these are kept intact. We have the Jaiminiya Sutras in the Purva Mimamsa Darshana, and we have the Brahma Sutras in the Uttara Mimamsa Vedanta Darshana. We will be looking into some details about this little later. The Brahma Sutras is the Nyaya Prasthana. This is also called Uttara Mimamsa or Shariraka Mimamsa. So, Brahma Sutra, Brahma Mimamsa, Shariraka Mimamsa, Uttara Mimamsa. These are some of the names that we have. The word Shariraka we will look into now. One who has the Sharira is Sharira. Like the one who has Deha is Dehi. Shariram asya asti iti Shariraha. And the Ka pratyaya Shariraka, Alparthe or Swarthe, either way we can have it. Sharire bhavaha Shariraha. One who obtains in the Sharira. Very meaningful word. Sharira is a meaningful word. Sharira also is very quite meaningful word. The word Sharira means that which perishes, that which is subject to disintegration, changes, that which is subject to perishing, that is Shariram. Shiryamanatvat Sril Dhatu, Shiryamanatvat Shariram. What is subject to change, disintegration, and finally perishing. That is Sharira. It is known to everyone that this Sharira is Anitya. It has a birth, it has growth, it has changes, it decays, and then there is death. It ends. There is no exception to this Sharira. Yadyat jatam tattat vikari tattat nashyam cha. So the Sharira is perishable, Anitya. This is very clear. And this Sharira, we learn from the Shastras that this is Pancha Bhautika, made of the Pancha Bhutas. And the Pancha Bhutas are Jada by themselves, and therefore the product of Pancha Bhuta, that is Pancha Bhautika, that is also Jada by itself, inert in nature. But this indweller, the one who obtains in this Sharira as the Deha Swami, as the Puraswami, this Puraswami is not a Jadavastu, is a Chetanaha. That is the Sharira. One who obtains in one Upadhi, this human Upadhi, that is Shariraka. Jiva is the Shariraka. Now the question comes, when the body comes into being, does the Sharira also come into being? When the Sharira changes, does the Sharira also, that is Jiva also changes? Does it change? When the body comes to an end, does the Sharira, that is Jiva, also comes to an end? This is a nagging question in the minds of all people. Everybody has this question. For some this is a strong question, some for this is not strong now, that's all. Will become strong later, at some point of time. We see in the Kathopanishad, Nachiketas asks Yama Raja, Astiti eke, Nayam astiti chaike. Some people say that Atma Asti, one who survives the Sharira, after the death of the Sharira, some say that Asti iti eke, Atma Asti, Deha Vyatirikta, Atma Asti iti eke. Whereas some others consider Nasti iti cha eke. Some say that there is no Atma, Deha is Atma, Manaha is Atma. This is the question Nachiketas asks. Nachiketas wants to know. And to this Yama replies, Devaihi api atra vichikitsitam pura iti. Even Devas had their own doubts about this. Now they know, but then to begin with, even Devas had difficulty in understanding this. Devaihi api. The api shabda indicates the kaimutika nyaya. Even the exalted beings, Devas, were not clear about this. They had their own doubts. What to talk of this Jiva iti. And then Yama proceeds to point out that this Atma is Nityaha iti. Amritaha points out. So this word Sharira, Shariraka, itself indicates that Sharirat Anyaha. If the Jiva were one and the same, identical with the Sharira, then there is no need to give this fellow a separate name, a word, Sharira. The very word indicates that this jivaha is dehat yatiriktaha. This idea many people have. Dehat yatiriktaha atma asti iti deha yatiriktaha. Lot of people have. Even religious people have this idea. And it's a belief, it's a shraddha. Because they don't see the jiva as an object, nor they are very sure, absolutely certain that the jiva survives. They are not certain. It's a matter of belief. So deha yatiriktaha atma iti, that is there as a matter of belief or as a matter of contention, as a conclusion for many. But that is not the fullest meaning of this word sharira. It's not merely deha yatiriktaha, but it's deha vilakshanaha. Not merely other than that, but vilakshanaha. Deha vilakshanaha atma. So this jiva is atma, shariraka, he is deha vilakshanaha. Deha yatiriktaha is jivaha. But deha vilakshanaha is atma. We see this in our study, in our shravanadi, we see this deha vilakshanaha atma, we see. So the shariraka, who is atma, and what is this sharira, what is this atma, what is its lakshana, which is vilakshana to deha lakshana? What is the lakshana of this atma? And who is this atma? How do I know about this atma? And what is the prayojana? Why do I need to know? What is the means to know? Do I become Atma or I am Atma? If I were to become Atma, what is the means? Which karma, which upasana? If I am Atma, then how do I understand that? What is the means? And then lot of other pertinent questions. Is Atma many? Am I different from every other Atma? Is Atma different from Ishvara? Such questions are all there. An answer to all the questions is gotten only from the Upadesha of the Shastra. And Shastra presents the answer thoroughly, clearly, completely. And this is the Mimamsa. The Mimamsa, Pujita Vicharaha, a thorough inquiry, analysis, inspection, introspection, and we approach the whole Vichara with due reverence. Pujita Vichara, with due reverence we approach. This is Shariraka Mimamsa. Brahmasutra is the Shariraka Mimamsa. That is, in Brahmasutra there is Vichara, there is enquiry, analysis. About whom? Of whom? Of me, the Atma, and me being Brahma. Jagat Karanam Brahma, Tadaham Asmi iti. This is the content of this Brahma Sutra Vichara. Shariraka Mimamsa. There are the types of the sutras. Different types of sutras are there. The Yoga Sutras, they describe a subject matter. The Ashtangas, the practice of the 8 Angas, and the Phalam, they discuss, the Sutras discuss. They are descriptive texts. The Sutras are descriptive literature. There is another Bhakti Sutra, Narada Bhakti Sutra, which is also well known. Then Gautama Sutras, they are there. They present a subject matter. They describe. Whereas the Brahma Sutras is an analytical text. Brahma Sutra analyzes. What does it analyze? Brahma Sutra analyzes the Upanishad Vakyas in particular. Of course, the Gita Vakyas are also looked into, but predominantly the Upanishad Vakyas are looked into. In some places, the Upanishad Vakyas are very clear, meaning a critical analysis of those Vakyas are not needed. They are very simple, very clear. But certain Vakyas, certain portions are not that clear. And they are open to contentions also. Various people look at various Vakyas differently also. Even the Mahavakya Tattvamasi is seen variously by various contenders. Now, what is exactly the meaning of those Vakyas? Why that particular meaning alone fits? Why not any other differing and opposing meaning? These points are discussed in the Brahma Sutras. Brahma Sutras take Vakyas from the Upanishads which are not understood clearly, which are open for doubt, and Acharya points out in the Sutras, this is the meaning, not any other is the meaning. This makes us to understand the Shastra clearly, asandigdha, without any sandeha we can understand. This doubt-free understanding alone paves the way for understanding our Swarupa. It's very important to address the questions and doubts and to find an answer, see the answer, understand the answer. So Brahma Sutras do this job wonderfully. Without Brahma Sutras, the Tatparya Nirnaya of many Upanishad portions would not be clear even now. Thanks to Brahma Sutras, we have the clarity. The entire edifice of the Vedanta Darshana owes its stability to strength to Brahma Sutras. The Brahma Sutras analyze. There is no new vision presented in the Brahma Sutras. The vision is contained in the Upanishads. Jagat Karanam Brahma Tat Satyam Saha Atma Tadahamasmi. The vision is there in the Upanishads, in the Gita also. The vision of the Upanishads alone is analyzed. And it is very important to arrive at the vision correctly. Therefore, Brahma Sutras, the Nyaya Prasthana, helps in understanding the Upanishad Artha clearly, free from doubts. Thereby, we can have clarity of this vision, we can have Jnana Nishtha, and thereby the Parama Purusha Artha Prapti can be there. We will be looking into a lot of details about these sutras, their beauty, their structure. We will be looking into that. The word sutra comes from this Vyutpatti, Suchanat Sutram. It is said, Suchanat Sutram. Suchanam means indicating, presenting, revealing the vision, a fact, a truth revealed by the sutras, presented in the sutras. Suchana Sutram iti. And we have the Lakshanam for the sutra also. Alpaksharam, Asandigdham, Saravate, Visvato Mukham, Astobham, Anavadyam cha, Sutram, Sutravido Viduhu. Alpaksharam Asandigdham, Saravat Visvato Mukham, Astobham Anavadyam cha, Sutram, Sutravido Viduhu. 6 Lakshanas they give, characteristics for this sutra. Alpa Aksharam, terse, brief, not long sentences we have. Of course, we do have some lengthy sutras, but not paragraphs. We don't have long sentences, we don't have. Alpa Aksharam. Alpam Aksharam Yasmin. That is Alpa Aksharam. Very few words, few syllables, it's Akshara. Alpa Aksharam. It has to be brief, concise, terse. Then Asandigdham. Sandeha is doubt, riddled with doubts. That is Sandigdha. Like in the case of Stanuhu Purushaha, Stanuhu va Purushaha va iti. Rajjuhu va Sarpaha va Shuktika va Rajatam va iti. Samsari va Brahma va iti. So Asandigdha, Sandeha, what is open to doubts, what is doubted, riddled with doubts, that is Sandigdha. This we have, the Sandeha we have. When the Shastra provides the answer to this, that again should not be riddled with doubts. It should be Na Sandigdham, Asandigdham. Categorically, clearly, it must state, it must reveal the subject matter, the Vishaya. That is Asandigdham. What a particular sutra wants to convey, it has to convey clearly, unequivocally, without doubts, with clarity, finality. It has to declare, it has to say, Asandigdham. Then the third characteristic, Saravat. Sara is essence, meaning. It should be meaningful. It may have Alpa Akshara, it may be Asandigdha, but it is still possible that it is meaningless, useless, it could be. But it has to be Saravat. Has to have Sara, meaning, Prayojana. Then Vishvato Mukham. A sutra has to keep in view the whole Shastra. Has to have an eye on the entire Shastra, the entire subject it has to have, and then the sutra can say something in keeping with the whole Shastra, in keeping with the whole view. It cannot go against, it cannot contradict any other portion. Antaranga Virodha, right? The internal opposition, internal contradiction should not be there. Therefore, the sutra must have Vishvato and all, overall view it must have. It must have a view of the entire Shastra. Only then the sutra can fit, and the Shastra is meaningful only if the sutras are meaningful. Therefore, the meaningful sutras make up the meaningful Shastra. Undoubted sutras constitute the undoubted Shastra. Therefore, the sutra has to be Vishvato, has to have Vishvato Mukha, to have an overall view. Say like 360-degree vision. What was said earlier, what is said presently, and what will be said later on, what is said in one place, what is said in another place, in one book, in another book, all the view it has to keep. Without violating the vision, without contradicting, the sutra has to present its own matter. It is Vishvato Mukham. Astobham. Next. Stobha is a necessity to insert ideas without which the sutra will be incomplete. Stobha is incompleteness. If the words in the sutra do not express the vision clearly, if we need to bring in extraneous words, ideas to fill in, then that is stobha. Sutra is not complete. It needs a lot of insertions. Here, insertion does not include anuvritti, anushangaha, adhyahara. They are not considered insertions. Like even Ramaha, Mrigam, Drishtavan. Okay. Drishtavan, Asti. Like sometimes we supply the Kriya Pada. Asti, Bhavati, iti we supply. That is not Stobha. That meaning Stobha only means the necessity to include, to bring in extraneous words or ideas to make the sutra meaningful, without which the sutra is either meaningless or incomplete or vague. That sort of vagueness, etc., that is not there. That is astobham. The sutra has to be standalone. Astobham has to be complete. Then anavadyam, should be without defects. Defects of fallacy, etc., should not be there. Anavadyam. This is the sutra iti, sutra vidaha viduhu. We have the Brahma Sutras which meet with all the lakshanas, alpa aksharam asandigdham ityadi. We will be looking into further details of this. We will be continuing. Okay? We will conclude with the Uttara Shanti now. Om Sanno Mitrasam Varunaha Sanno Bhavat Varyama Sanna Indro Brihaspatihi Sanno Vishnururkramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ritam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः यश्चन्दसा वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोऽभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरि विश्रुवं ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः अहं वृक्षस्य रेरिवा कीर्तिपृष्ठं गिरेरिव ऊर्ध्वपवित्रो वाजिनीवस्पमृतमस्मि द्रविणगं सवर्चसं सुमेधा अमृतोक्षितः इति त्रिशङ्कोर्वेदानुवचनम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः आप्यायन्तु मम गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः वाङ् मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविर्म एवि वेदस्य महानीस्थः श्रुतं मे मात्रासीः अनेनाधीतेनाहो पात्रान् सन्दधामि कृतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः भद्रं नो अपि वातयमनः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्पृष्टवागुंसस्तनूभिः यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तद्ब्रह्मबुद्धिप्रकाशम् शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Rahugrasta Divakarendu Sadrisho Ma Samachhaganat Sanmatra Karanopasam Karanato Yo Bhut Sushupta Puman Ragasvapsamiti Prabodha Samaye Dakshinamurtaye Alyadishvapi Jagradadishu Tata Sarvasvavasthasvapi Vyavrittasvanuvartamanam Yantaspurantam Sada Svatmanam Prakatīkaroti Bhajatam Yo Mudraya Bhadraya Tasmai Shri Gurumurtaye Namaha. Shri Dakshinamurtaye Vishvam Pashyati Karyakaranataya Swaswami Sambandhataha Sisyacharyataya Tataiva Pitraputradyatmana Vedataha Swapne Jagrati Vaya Esha Purusho Maya Pariprahmitaha Tasmai Shri Gurumurtaye Namaha. Shri Dakshinamurtaye Bhurambhansyanalo Nilombaramaha Natho Imansuh Puman Ityabhati Charachara Matamiyam Yasyaiva Murtyashtakam Nanyat Kinchana Vidyate Vimrsatam Yasmat Parasmat Vibhoho Tasmai Shri Gurumurtaye Namaha. Shri Dakshinamurtaye Sarvatmattvamiti Sputikritamidam Yasmadamushmin Stave Tenasya Shravanatadattamanana Dhyanatcha Sankirtana Sarvatmattvamaha Vibhuti Sahitam Syadhishwaratvam Svataha Siddhe Tat Punarastada Tam Chaishwaryamavyahatam Vatavitati Sanipe Bhumi Bhaye Nishannam Sakala Munijananam Jnanataram Tribhuvana Gurumisham Dakshinamurti Devam Janana Marana Dukkhachegadaksham Namami Chitram Vatataror Mule Vriddha Shishya Gurur Yuva Gurostu Maunam Yakyanam Shishyastu Chinna Samsaya Nidhaye Sarva Vidyana Vishaje Bhavarodhina Gurave Sarvalokanam Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Namah Pranavarthaya Suddhajnanikamurtaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murtideva Vibhadine Vyomavadyaptadevaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Maunavyakhya prakatitapara brahmatattvam yuvanam vashishtante vasatrishigan radhatam brahmanishthaihi acharyendram karakarita chinmudramandarupam Shihamurtire Angushtatarjani yoga mudra vyajena dehinam Shrutyartham brahma jivaikyam darshaya novatachivaha Ashubhani nirachaste tanoti subhasantatim Smriti matrena yat pumsa brahmatan mangalam param Ati kalyana rupatvan nitya kalyana samshrayat स्मर्तॄणां वरदत्वाच्च ब्रह्मतन्मङ्गलं विदुः ओङ्कारश्चार्थशब्दश्च द्वारेतौ ब्रह्मणः पुरा कण्ठं भित्त्वा विनिर्यातौ तस्मात् माङ्गलिकाबुभौ ॐ अथ